Do-do-do-do-do-do. Attention to all of Cup Nation. The Indianapolis Colts are 2-0 for the first time since 2009. It's got me feeling like this. I got the Super Bowl championship t-shirt on because again, the last time the Colts were 2-0, Addy, they played in the Super Bowl. That
They
one
did.
didn't go the way we wanted it to in 2009, but hey, they played in the Super Bowl. So, I'm feeling nicey, man. Great victory Monday. How we feeling over there, Mr. Oberoi, on this glorious Victory
Victory
Monday?
Monday. Grand risings to all. No, I was 11 years old when wait, no, 2009. Yeah, I was 11 years old the last time that we started 2-0. So, um
Wow,
we've
that's
come a
crazy to
long
think. Yeah,
way. Yeah, and you were
yeah,
like
and I
what,
had to have
40?
been
I'm just
yeah
kidding. It's a joke.
45,
It's a joke. It's
46.
a joke. You're 14, right?
Yeah. I'm not. I
14
think I'm
years old.
3 years old. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
was. Wow, that's crazy. So I was
Isn't
still
that
not even
crazy?
in. I was still not even a freshman in high school yet. That's
Isn't that
wild.
crazy? And it's
Yeah.
crazy to think about, like 2-0. Like, how hard is it to go 2-0? But when you can't go 1-0 since 2013, it kind of makes sense.
By default,
Um,
you can't go 2-0. You can't go
yeah.
1-0. So
But man, there's so much to talk about in this game. I think we'll just start with the obvious. Game winner. We have a kicker. We saw Matt Gay miss a bunch of field goals for the Washington Commanders on Thursday, and to see Spencer Schrader hit them all over the last 2 games, has just been phenomenal. Like, we have a kicker, walk-off game winner, win for Jim. That's what this entire season has been about, and that's what the Colts have played like, in my opinion. It's win for Jim.
yeah.
We're gonna make mistakes. That's fine. We're gonna find a way to bounce back. Offensive efficiency is through the roof. I'm sure we'll talk about defensive struggles, man. But just like you, I'm just enjoying a victory Monday. Like, it feels really good. We're gonna hate watch the Texans tonight. It's just it just feels like it's such a good position to be in. We're number one in the AFC South. We're number one in the AF fucking C, dude, as a whole.
That's yeah. That like you said, I think you put it best. We have not, at least you and I, since pre-high school days,
Mhm.
been in this position. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it really is something to take in, and it's a good feeling to have. It feels a lot better than where they have been in recent years, where we're just kind of wondering, man, what's this team gonna be? And yeah, I'd
Did
much
you
rather be
watch
2-0.
did you watch the post-game speech? Oh, agreed there. Did you watch the post-game speech?
Which one? Like, are you talking about
S
the one the
S
Colts
Steichen,
officially
yeah.
posted?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Steichen
yeah,
posted,
I
he
watched a little
goes,
bit.
"We're on a fucking mission." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, dude, I'm ready to run through a wall." This feels like 2023 again. Like, we're at a fucking
Yeah,
mission. It's day by day. I'm like, "Dude, I
one
fucking
game at a
love this
time.
team.
Yeah,
Love
yeah.
this team right now."
I think biggest highlights for me, and then I was gonna talk about some because I think one thing that I like to do during this time when you are 2-0 is you can kind of afford a little bit to look at the things that you're not doing right, right?
Oh,
But
lowlights.
first I want to, yeah, exactly. And then it doesn't feel as bad because you're like, oh well,
Mhm. You've won the
we're
game.
so good right now, and but this is what we're doing wrong. So
Yeah.
I think highlights for me, definitely, you can't not mention Indiana Jones.
Mm.
In his in
Mm.
the second cinema masterpiece, Indiana Jones and the Kick of Destiny is what I call it.
Ooh.
Fantastic. 5 out of 5 stars would rate would recommend to a friend.
Would rewatch.
But, no, man, it's crazy to think, man, that Daniel Jones leaves New York, and he had some flashes and, some moments of brilliance there, but honestly, the entire NFL wrote him off. Everybody, every single media member, the
Myself included.
entire NFL wrote him off, period. A lot of Colts Nation wrote him off. So it's really, really cool to see him just absolutely ball out. There's no other way to put it. Like they put his numbers up next to Josh Allen on a
Yeah, I saw that.
graphic today
I saw
and
that
was
in your
like,
post, actually. I think you posted
yo,
that.
yeah, I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, yo, this man's balling out. Like he's
Mhm.
actually in MVP discussions. Now granted, it's week 2, right? So it's too early to be talking about like MVP and shit. But still, regardless, the fact that a Colts quarterback is in those early season discussions is remarkable. So I think a cup clap is in order for Indiana Jones.
Yeah. I I
Just
just I just wanna say, Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones. I want to be the first to apologize. I've said this in the past. I thought you were always going to come in, just push AR to the next level. It's like we're paying you 14 million, we can afford it. Our rookie quarterbacks on a rookie deal. It's whatever. You were the fucking man. You were a
Yeah.
leader. You show up early. You were in the meeting rooms. You were watching film consistently. The guys love you. You can see the fucking exciting whites, baby. Quentin Nelson, Tyler Warren, like Danny Dimes,
Alec
all that
Pierce.
hug. Dude, I want to
Yeah.
make that my cover photo on Twitter. Like that picture, like describes how we're all feeling right now. Like we're all excited to just be here. We're winning games. We're feeling good. We're 2-0, and it's all behind the backs of one phenomenal play calling, Shane Steichen. We'll talk about that last
Mhm.
drive, but outside of that phenomenal play calling, it kind of feels like 2023 again. But when you have a quarterback that can just make those reads, the pre-snap reads, the audibling, the understanding where the defense is, the understanding of where the pass pro needs to be. When you have that kind of quarterback, that high IQ level guy like Daniel Jones, shocking I'm saying that, you're going to win. And I wrote him off. You said this, right? I wrote him off. A lot of Colts media wrote him off. Colts fans wrote him off. Daniel Jones is the guy. He's
Yeah.
the fucking
But
guy.
it's been amazing though to see, and this was what some people, I think, some Giants fans that I have talked to about it, they've said that he is good. He has the ability to be good when you give him protection
Yeah.
and when you put
Situations.
the proper weapons in place, right? And I think finally, for the first time in his career, he was finally set up with an offensive minded play caller, a quarterback first play caller in Shane Steichen. He has a fantastic offensive line who's been playing really well together as a unit. Great pass protection. He has a good run game behind him as well. And he has great weapons. He has a great weapon in Warren. He has one of the most underrated wide receiver rooms in the league to work with now. So, yeah, I mean,
And
it makes sense. I mean, it does make sense. I know everyone like wrote him off, but it does make sense. There's a reason why this guy was drafted number 6 overall, right?
yeah,
5 or 6 years ago, and there's a reason why he was endorsed by Peyton Manning himself. Peyton and Eli Manning were very high on Daniel Jones because he attended
Manning
the
Academy.
Manning Quarterback Academy, yeah. So, honestly, man, it makes sense, but, it's just really cool to see it play out live in real time,
And you
honestly.
see a lot of Colts fans and Giants fans saying, "Hey, we watched Daniel Jones film. Like he starts off super hot, and then in later games he just kind of diminishes to go back to his old self." I know it's only been 2 games, but I feel like we have enough evidence in place that showcase that Daniel Jones can keep this up long term. Like
Mhm.
we got them playing the worst defense in the league in the Dolphins, week 1, absolutely just thrashed on them offensively. And then the number 1 ranked preseason defense, the Denver Broncos, we just shit on them. And
Yeah.
Logan, I called this. I told you in the last episode that 2023, the Colts week 2 or 3, we played the number 1 ranked Browns, and we should have won that game if it weren't for
You
refs.
mean
But Steichen,
Steelers.
no, that was 2024. But twenty twenty
That's
three, we played the
2024.
Browns.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah, so 2023, we
Yes,
played the
yeah, yeah,
Browns.
2023, the game where they got hosed
Fucked by
by
the
the
refs.
refs. I know, yeah,
Yes.
I know what you're talking about now. Okay, yeah, yeah.
So that was the number 1 ranked defense, and Steichen did his thing. And then 2024, number 1 ranked defense, week 3 or week 4 against the Steelers, Steichen did his thing. We won that game, fortunately. And now week 3 or week 2, number 1 ranked defense, Steichen did his thing. So Steichen can make it happen. He just needed a guy to be able to facilitate and do the right things, just be the quarterback he needs him to be. It's very Detroit-esque. It's like we've got players around you. And Jared Goff is the number 1 overall pick. He was the number overall pick for a reason, but he just needs to be a guy that can make the right reads, make the throws, pre-snap, audibles, things of that nature. And that's kind of what we have in Daniel Jones. So
Yeah,
I think he's going to succeed long term because we've seen him do it with a shitty defense, and we've seen it do him with a top 5, if not number 1 defense in the league that we just played
right.
against. And just to say one other thing. What I really appreciated from a highlight perspective on the offensive side of the ball, one, we know all the we know the statistic. There were 14 of 16 on offensive drives. They've never punted in the last 2 games. What I think really sticks out though, man, they were not scared of targeting former defensive player of the year, Pat Surtain. They targeted him 9
Yeah,
times. He allowed 7 catches for 63 yards. And it wasn't like, hey, it was just Josh Downs going against him. Like Josh Downs caught passes against him. JT did, Tyler Warren, Michael Pittman, Adonai Mitchell. Like they were, I don't want to say they were hyper focusing or hyper targeting Pat Surtain, but they were not afraid to throw the ball in his direction.
and And it wasn't like, the Colts receivers and pass catchers were wide open against Pat
Mhm.
Surtain. That was what was even cooler is Daniel Jones was putting it on the money, and he
Mhm.
had to. If he was even just an iota off, Surtain was gonna break it up almost every
Yeah.
single time. Like, he was sticky coverage on our guys every single time. So, yeah, that was pretty cool to see that they did go after him. So much so where I think it almost felt a little bit like Pat Surtain was surprised a bit. Like, it almost, like, shook him a little bit that they were trying him so much, and he
So
was
you
like, "This is
catch
the most action that I've gotten in probably since,
he had 1 target
early
week 1.
last year." Yeah,
Literally 1
that's what I'm
target for
saying.
Calvin Ridley week 1, and it's just like and sometimes these great NFL defensive players like Sauce Gardner, like Pastor Tan, they don't get targeted enough, and they, like you said, kinda go out of rhythm because 'cause they're not used to being
Yeah,
targeted as much as they are, and then they kind of
right.
they start slow, and they're like, "What the fuck?" Like, people are actually
They're
throwing the ball in my direction, and, like
they're not used to, like, trying to actually defend a pass because
yeah,
it's been a while
and
since
it's
they
like
attempted to do
Alec
that.
Pierce, Michael Pittman all
Yeah,
have a step ahead of me, like, the wide receiver
yeah,
3 and 2 on my team or on the
yeah,
opposing team are torching me? Like, the
yeah,
fuck? It was
yeah,
great to
what's
see, man.
going
I
on?
think
Yeah,
I think just offensively, this team feels really, really, really solid, and Steichen and Daniel Jones just feel like it's like that match kinda made in heaven, which is so weird to say. It's, like,
yeah.
crazy. I would have never expected it preseason, but, like, situations matter, and I should have realized that, so that's a big fault on my end, but
Hey,
that's why I'm a fan.
I will say I did tell you so early. I said it in
You did.
June. I was on that side. Just
You did.
because I felt like with what Steichen wanted to do, I felt like Daniel Jones matched a little bit more of that, like, high volume, completion percentage type quarterback that Steichen wanted, the RP like, quick read, get the ball out, quick read, get the ball out,
And what he does in the
short dink and dunk
classroom
down the field.
just feels
Yeah.
it just seems like that's a big factor.
Yeah.
Like, he's just
It's almost like
preparing
I
the right
think the
way.
difference that I've seen from Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson last year, I think the biggest reason why the Colts are having success early at the quarterback position is because it seems when you watch Daniel Jones that he does a little bit more progression pre-snap. He almost kind
Mhm.
of knows a little bit more where he's going to go with the ball. And that can go bad sometimes, right? If you try to force feed your guy. We saw that happen on one play where he tried to force it to Jonathan Taylor on that swing route, right? And he locked on him for too long, and then at the last second saw Tyler Warren, but
Mhm.
it was too late, right? He was already getting hit.
Yeah.
So sometimes it can not go well, but for the most part, if you're getting the ball out quickly and you have a good pre-snap read, it's gonna look efficient. It's gonna look like dink and dunk down the field, boom, 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 like get to your open guys. So
Top to bottom feels really solid from, like, what you said, like a pre-snap, understanding reading the defense, like, using motion to read the defense, see if they're
yes,
man, see if
yes.
they're zone, understanding the play calling because he's in the playbook all fucking day long, which I fucking love. But then it's also the aspect of actually post-snap and being accurate, being on
Yes.
time, putting the ball in the window where only the receiver and you talked about this, Pat Surtain was step by step with a lot of these receivers, but he just put it right in the right spot where only Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce, Josh Downs, Tyler Warren, JT could make a play on it. And
Mm.
speaking of JT, he kind of felt like
Yeah.
his former self the last 2 games,
Yeah.
especially this game with the redemption. I thought he was going
Yeah.
to take it to the house, and I was like, hold on to the ball, hold on to the ball, hold on to the ball. But he didn't.
Yeah, I'd be remiss if I didn't say just little cup clap for JT as well.
Come on, man.
165 rushing yards, and then JT, the pass catching back?
And the pass blocker?
Wow, dude, like,
Pass pro?
that's something that we don't see a ton of from JT outside of a few years ago with Carson Wentz that when he took to the house against the Ravens, like, you just don't really see
The season's
Jonathan Taylor
different, man.
in the
It's
passing
different.
game, you know?
The
So,
season's different. You could tell he worked on pass pro. He worked on pass catching this season. He's like,
yeah.
fuck Tyler Goodson. I don't want him to take my jobs. You drafted a guy, DJ Giddens. Watch me. I can block. I can catch
Yeah,
passes now. Like he really put an emphasis on it, and I think it's just a phenomenal thing to see
yeah.
from a guy that's 27, going to be turning 28, to do it so late in his running back career. I love to see it. Total veteran move.
So that's definitely the 2, I would say, like, highlights, obviously, the most obvious ones. What were a couple things that you looked at and were kinda like, "Okay, they're gonna have to clean these things up
You
if
know,
they want to sustain this level of success later into the season?"
I'll talk about my 3 biggest lowlights.
Yeah, yeah.
First low light was just the pass rush. It's non-existent. I don't know if you
It's
know,
bad. Yeah.
Latu not being there, no QB hits, no QB sacks. Like Bo Nix was just slicing and dicing. Thankfully, he threw that interception, and we talked about it, right? The team that was gonna commit the least amount of turnovers is gonna win the game, but
Yes.
there was just no pass pro. It just felt like Troy
So
Franklin
right.
being torched by Troy Franklin. So like that was one of the biggest things. It's just there was no pass rush at all whatsoever. Hopefully Latu comes back. We'll be fine. JTT only played like 5 snaps. Ebukam, we're paying 10 million, did absolutely nothing. Second
Yeah.
thing, Xavier Howard ranked the worst DB of the week so far. There's still 2 more games to play tonight, Monday night. But man, you could tell why this 32-year-old was not on a team last season.
He was on the
He was
street.
freaking
He was literally
exactly.
on the street. Yeah.
And my thing is that we saw today they're trying out a bunch of guys like Trey Flowers and whatnot. Like, just go get Stephon Gilmore. He wanted to wait to be on a team that's contending, that he feels can win a bunch of games. Colts, we're gonna win a bunch of games, Stephon. Get your ass back to Indy. We'll give you
Yeah.
AR. We'll give you that number 5 back. Like, just
Yeah.
come on back to town. Like, we need him. So obviously the loss of Mooney sucks, but I think Nick Cross played really well. But outside of that, and Kenny Moore played well, but like, man, Xavier Howard, Jesus Christ, you suck. And my last low light was I loved Shane Steichen's play calling the entire game, except for that last drive. I was sitting there at the
Mm.
TV and I'm watching. I'm just like, first, second, third down, we're just running the ball. We're gonna let this guy that's the youngest, one of the
Right up
youngest
the middle
kickers.
too. Right
Yeah,
up the
like
middle. There
60
was no
yards.
like
He's never kicked a
nothing.
kicker more than like 54 yards, and we're giving him a 60-yard field goal to win the game. Like,
His
come
career
on,
long is 48 yards, my friend.
that's crazy.
Crazy. And they attempted a 60-yard. Yeah.
And
So I agree with
it
you
had the
wholeheartedly.
distance. I feel like, right. It was just right, but
Oh, it
like,
was like far right though. It was like
yeah, it
as
was
soon as
like
he kicked it, it
bad.
was like immediate just yeah.
But the gods saved
So
us. Thank God for that second chance. Thank you, leverage. I appreciate you, leverage. Cup clap for
leverage.
leverage. Shout out leverage.
That's the vocab word of the day, guys.
Leverage, everybody.
Leverage.
You
What does
cannot put
leverage
your
mean?
hand on a center or the long snapper for your other buddy to jump over him. That is called
Do this.
leverage.
You
Verb
cannot do
or yeah,
this.
vocabulary of the day. We saw it, guys. Go watch Logan's video. He'll teach you what leverage is in the moment of his video.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
goes, "Babe, babe, you can't do this. You can't do
I was
this."
telling my fiance what you can't do. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I think my lowlights, those are three pretty solid ones. Um, Definitely have the same ones, but a couple I wanted to add too. I
Mhm.
would say I did like most of the play calling. However, I didn't like in the red zone.
Mm.
The Colts have not been good. I wanna say that. That is
Very
something
bad.
that needs to get cleaned up 100% because they're going to run into some teams this year where you cannot afford to just continuously walk away with only 3 points. It's going to bite you in the ass. It didn't bite you in the ass in week 1 because they dominated, right? Thank God it didn't dominate you or it didn't bite you in the ass this week because the
Could have.
defense got turnovers, right? There was a turnover, and so like that was kind of what won the game really for the Colts, and we talked about it. But it could really, really come to bite them in the ass if they do not get better and just a little bit more higher percentage on getting 6 there instead of 3. That's
I
my biggest, I would say, low light. Um,
That's a
2,
really good point, by the way.
yeah, they
Love
need
that
to get
take.
better at that, and I'm sure they probably will, right? I'm sure like in practice they're probably like, "Hey guys, we gotta finish with 6." Like, they're probably running red zone practice, all practice this week because I know Steichen had to be like, "Guys, we left points on the board
We
so many
but we
times."
saw them struggle even like, we were in training camp for one of the I mean, you went twice, I went once. They were struggling
Yeah,
in the red zone, I felt like, even in training camp. So
yeah, yeah,
but according to my calculations, 6 is greater than 3, so I would appreciate 6 points over 3 points.
yeah.
There's your
Exactly.
math. We did
And
vocabulary, now we did math.
a little added extra point too doesn't hurt. A little
Yeah,
7,
no,
there
yeah.
you go.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
trust
yeah.
Spencer Schrader. Yeah,
We'll
little
tack
7.
we'll tack that on.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
and then the other one I would say, it kind of also play calling was on the 4th downs, I love it, right? I love the aggression of Shane Steichen, and I will
Mhm.
always say, "Yes, go for it," in that position both of those times. Weird-ish play calls there, though, like, they lined up, Tyler Warren at fullback and kinda, like, gave him a shotgun snap handoff, And I'm like, Tyler Warren's not a running back, right? And so he doesn't have the vision and the feel of a running back. Now, can he,
It's a
you
big body,
know,
that's it.
run after, the catch after he catches it, right, in space? Yes. But he's not really like a let me find the hole and hit the hole type of guy because he's not a running back.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that there. I'm like, if you're gonna run it on 4th and 1, give it to Jonathan Taylor, the
Yeah.
guy who can read a hole and be like, oh, there we go, hit that
And if
hole.
you don't get it, at
So
least it's like you give it to your all-pro back. You
that's what
know,
I'm
in that
saying. Yeah,
regard.
it was just
Like,
it was just weird there. I was like, okay, I get it. I like the idea. It's interesting. It's new. It's fresh.
trying to be
But in a
fancy.
4th and 1, I don't know about handing it off to a tight end from the shotgun. Like that was
Yeah.
I was a little like, eh.
I get, like,
So
2nd and goal or, like, 3rd and goal for
yeah,
not
yeah.
running the
2nd and
Danny
goal,
sneak.
try it,
Like,
try it. But fourth
yeah,
and one at your own 50, it's like
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if
yeah.
that's who I would
First one was
trust there.
iffy. I agree with that.
Yeah,
Second
yeah.
one I like though. Just
Second one I
pressure,
liked. Yeah,
just
just
missed throws.
didn't convert. But yeah, overall, I would say definitely very pleased with a lot of aspects. Pass rush, yeah, definitely has to get better. And then just I guess just at this point, just get back healthy again, man. Like for Pete's sakes, like we need Mooney back. We need Mooney back. And I need Xavier Howard to not touch the field again this year, to be
Torch by
perfectly honest with
Mims.
you,
Marvin
because
Mims?
holy hell, that man, not only did he get burnt worse than burnt toast, he had like
What an
4 or
analogy.
5 penalties on one drive.
Bro, oh my god,
I
that
was
pissed me
like,
the
"What
fuck
are you
off, dude.
doing, bro? What are you
That
doing?"
pissed me the fuck off. I was like I was literally reminiscing to the Browns game all over again. I was like, "It's really happening. It's really
And I
happening again."
and the thing is like I watched the replays, you wanted to be like, "Oh, the refs are hosing us, like these are terrible calls." He was holding. Like he was
Yeah.
holding, he was grabbing, I was
I
just like, "Oh my
I
god."
would let them play to
Yeah.
some extent. Like, I think one of them, maybe two of them, like, one
Mhm.
I think was uncatchable, and the second one I think was just a it was definitely a
Yeah.
hold, but I wouldn't have called it in that situation because they weren't calling it on the Colts at
That's yeah,
all.
you
So,
want
like or for the
consistency, I
Colts.
think is why people
Yeah,
were upset. Yeah, but yeah,
exactly. Like,
definitely
Alec
Xavier Howard,
Pierce,
man.
Adonai Mitchell twice, sat by Pat Surtain, and then by Riley Moss. They never called it. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
"Okay, we're gonna play like that," like, and then they just call 4 in a row. And I'm like,
Yeah, I
"Jesus
don't I don't
Christ."
know if maybe that was just, everybody gets one, right? So I don't know if that was just like an all-time just career low light game for him. It
Gotta
has
be.
to be.
That's the worst game of the season.
There's no way on any
Yeah.
level that he's ever had a game that bad before in his career. You can't convince me that.
Hey, we
Like
got one back, though.
that was bad.
At least the
So,
refs gave us one back when it
yeah.
mattered most, you know? It's like
So clean that up, get some folks back, and I think they will be just fine. And we're rolling right into to Tennessee next episode, baby. We got
big
we got divisional football, baby.
big
Woo!
divisional game. I don't care how bad the Tennessee they looked fine against the Rams, and we'll talk about it
Yeah.
more in the next episode, but really big chance to go 3-0, Colts fans, and this is a game you just need to capitalize on. You lose this, you gotta go and play the Rams next. So, like, going to the Rams game 3-0, hell of a lot better than 2-1.
Never thought I'd say this, but sitting at 2-0, we're looking at a must-win game, Addy.
I'm telling you, it really is.
It
It
really is, and it's
really
weird.
is.
It's weird to say at 2-0 that this is a must-win game, but it
Thing
is.
is that it's been 3 AFC opponents in a row. So one that's huge in that regard for tiebreakers, but also it's a divisional game. Like Cam Ward's a rookie. He makes spectacular plays, but like pass rush needs to get there, make him uncomfortable. And we'll talk about that in the next episode. But Colts fans, we appreciate you. Enjoy Victory Monday. Enjoy hate
Yeah.
watching the Texans. Hopefully, you guys watch this and the Texans have lost. We'll find out. And we are in sole. We're already in sole position of the AFC South. But make sure to like. Make sure to subscribe. Thanks for being Cup fans, and we'll see you all this week.
See you guys. Go Colts.